Oh, no, no.
And just going live. So welcome to another Facebook Live on the top of Titlis, where, as you can see, the cloud has come in. Visibility is maybe 100 meters, but on his way up, slowly but steadily, is France 4 Maxime Pinot, soldiering on, having hiked several, I think he told me over 2,000 meters he's hiked on the way up here this morning. Hard going, at least 1,000 meters in the snow, but he's looking pretty dogged and determined.
L'idéal ce serait de décoller en versant sud maintenant, le plus tôt pour avancer, quoi, pas attendre la fin d'après-midi là-haut, il faut qu'on avance. On n'est pas trop parti dans les pieds, même d'attendre là-haut. Viens mon gars.
A quick word, Maxime, on how it feels to make the top of Titlis.
Feels painful. Yeah, it's a hard morning, but I had a good flight in between two hiking, so I'm happy, because if I didn't fly, it would have been really more difficult.
How far do you think you've hiked today? How many vertical meters?
Already, it's in the 11 in the morning, 11:30, and already 2,500. So in the snow, yeah. 2,000 in the snow, and I'm a bit exhausting at the moment.
So you know about the airspace restriction. Have you made a decision about that? What are you going to do?
I will be flying for sure, and just go down, pass under the TMA, and after walking I can't stay here. It's too big risks to stay here, so if I have a window to take off, I will take it for sure. Yeah.
So you will hike back down to try and find a window?
Yeah. I will see it. I will take 10 minutes now, because yeah.
Of course. You must be pretty knackered. Thank you.
Congratulations, Maxime! Congratulations!
Yeah.
Tired of English.
Yeah, tired, but it's okay.
Pinot. Vous avez voulu ce matin?
What's your name?
Maxime Pinot.
Okay, thank you.
Vous avez volé ce matin?
So if you've just tuned in, we're at the signboard of Titlis, Turnpoint 7, and the cloud has come in. Even if you could fly, it's debatable whether you'd want to, because there's this question of the airspace around Meiringen. It is a Air Force, it's a military base, and they're very strict airspace infringements. The lowest, there are a few restrictions. One of them is a ceiling of 1,600 meters. So the next stage will be very complicated for Maxime, and the only option, well, there are two options: either wait here all day until 6:15 p.m. and to take off when those restrictions are lifted, or to hike back down and hope that you get a clearing in the weather and at least get a glide in. So he's just hiked up over 2,000 meters. Brutal ascent, much of it on kind of wet snow, sinking up to your knees, very, very challenging kind of terrain. And so now he's got to face the prospect of hiking straight back down again. But what a surreal place. We are in Titlis. We're just surrounded by tourists, all these, you know, you're in the middle of an adventure race, and suddenly you've got people taking selfies with you. So it must be very, very surreal for Maxime. Let's just talk to him. Can I have a quick word?
Yeah, sure.
So is it Jeremy? Yeah, so to tell us, what's the strategy now? Obviously we have the airspace restriction.
Yeah, it's possible to take off here, and then fly a bit, and then fly under the airspace, but the problem is the clouds. So the weatherman say maybe it's a bit more clear in the south, so it would be very nice for us. On the north it's raining and very low cloud base, so we don't really know. We're gonna have a little break, try to check everything and see if it's possible to fly on the south. If there is something, we catch it.
Do you think it's possible to catch Kriegel?
We never know, it's not finished, it's still a long way. He was very strong yesterday in the good timing and we get stuck in the clouds, in the thunderstorm. So yeah, a bit tricky day yesterday.
It does seem like Kriegel is blessed by the angels.
Yeah.
You know,
but we did a mistake in the morning. Our takeoff was really bad and we lost like 30 minutes, and these 30 minutes we pay it now. So that's life, it's the game. We're still second, it's our first X-Alps, so still very happy and we keep pushing.
Yeah, fantastic, thank you. Keep going.
Thanks.
Yeah. So we'll leave it there for now. As always, tune in to live tracking. If you're not at your desk, remember you can still use it with your phone as well. So that's where all the action is, and we'll tune in later to find out how today's gone.